Hey guys, how you doing? It's Lon from the ECOM zone, and in this video I want to show you why it's so important to set up your Shopify automated email flows and also your SMS flows. The reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of you guys don't have this set up, and it's extremely important that you have them. So before, I used to use Klaviyo for my automated email flows, but recently they changed the way they charge their customers, and they were planning to charge me $2,000 per month to send out automated emails. And that's just ridiculously high, considering that Shopify now has their own free automation. So I canceled my Klaviyo subscription and I switched over to Shopify Flow. Now before I go into that, I want you guys to understand why it's so important to have your automated email set up. And I'm talking about like abandoned checkout emails, abandoned cart flows, browse abandonment flows, welcome emails, and stuff like that. So if we go over to the left hand side here, we can see this funnel here. Now your users will go through this funnel no matter where they are. So they usually start off at the top where they view your ad, whether that's Facebook ads, TikTok ads, maybe they saw a post on your Instagram. They basically find your brand through your content. So let's just say 100% of people look at your ads, right? But only 5% of them convert. So that means if you run your ads to 1,000 people, only 50 people are gonna click from your ads onto your website. So that's already a 95% drop off. So let's just say 100% of people view your ads, but only 5% get in, which is usually about right. If you look at your CTRs on Facebook ads, your CTR is usually around 2 to 5%, maybe it's 10%, but essentially 90% of your viewers won't actually click to your website. And that's why it's also important to have your BOF retargeting campaigns. Otherwise, you're only going to advertise to cold audiences. So let's just say 5% of people from your ads click over to your website and your conversion rate is 2%. That means for every 50 people that goes onto your ads, you'll probably have one person check out. And let's put real numbers into this. So let's just say this was, I don't know, 100,000 people who viewed your ads. That's 100,000 impressions. And 5% of that, probably 5,000 people visited your website, and then 2% converted. So it's a massive drop off here. So 2% of 5,000, 100 people. So 100 people convert at the bottom here, right? So they actually make purchase on your website. Now, 4,900 of that people did not check out. And this is why we need automated emails to bring those customers back onto your website and hopefully purchase from you. And usually the reason why they drop off is mainly because of pricing. They found a product elsewhere, or they're just too busy to make that purchase there. That's why you need to send them an email to bring them back into your website. So we can see here the drop off is massive, from 100,000 people from your ads to only 100 people who bought. That's usually the typical conversion rate, and that's why it's so important to have BOF campaigns and also Shopify emails set up. So I actually have two apps to send out automated emails and SMSs. I use Shopify Flow to send out emails, and I use Yotpo to send out SMS and also the welcome email. So as you can see from the left hand side here, so what is Shopify Flow for? So the benefit of abandoned checkout, abandoned cart, and abandoned browse email flows are that they're essential marketing automations and a key component of your email marketing strategy. They contribute an average of 6% and even as high as 20% to the overall store revenue in some cases. So let's just say you make 100K a year, 20% of that could come from automated emails. And if you're not running automated emails, that means you can make an extra 20%, and sometimes even 30%, 40%. It just depends on your email flows, subject lines, how much discount you're offering, and how much urgency you're creating in your emails. So what I use Shopify Flow for are win back customer flows. I celebrate customer birthdays, so that's just one email in there. I also have an email flow to thank customers after they purchase. And then I have the abandoned product browse, where users are just browsing your website, but they don't even add to cart. But because we got that email, we send them an automated email. And then also we got abandoned cart flow. So when people add to cart, but they don't actually click the checkout button, you can send them an email, and then the abandoned checkout email. So the most important one here is the abandoned checkout. Usually people who check out are more likely to purchase if you send them an automated email. The abandoned cart email flow isn't as important because of the triggers we set. We basically tell Shopify Flow, if someone added to cart but they also went to checkout, then our customers won't actually receive this email flow, the abandoned cart flow, right? So it's only for those customers who added to cart and they left the website completely, that's when they receive that email. So the abandoned checkout flow looks something like this. So the customer abandons your checkout. So maybe they put in their details, but they just didn't pay now. Maybe they were at work, maybe they got too busy, something popped up, or maybe the price wasn't right for them. Those are all possible reasons why they abandon your checkout. Also shipping times and shipping costs, that's also important. So this trigger here checks if the customer abandoned checkout on online store. If yes, then it will check if the total price of checkout is more than $0. If yes, then wait for 15 minutes. And if customer still hasn't placed an order or abandoned another checkout since starting this workflow, then one or more products in checkout are available are in stock. So usually, yes, your products will be in stock if it's in the basket. You will then send a marketing email. So just after 15 minutes, if they satisfy these two checks, then it will send your first marketing email. And in that email, I actually like to resolve any payment issues because it's quite likely that your customers may have payment issues. And you can also send a discount code of like maybe 5%, maybe it's 10%. And every extra email you send, you want to increase that discount code. So we'll send an email there, we'll then wait 1 hour, and then we'll also check if our customers placed an order or not. If they haven't, we'll send them another marketing email. So that's 1 hour after the other one. And that'll just be another discount code that's higher and also create some sense of urgency. We'll then wait 9 hours. So the reason why I'm waiting 9 hours here is because sometimes the customer may be at work, and that's why we're sending them another email after 9 hours. So hopefully they'll be back from work or something like that, right? Or they'll just go in bed and then 9 hours later they're awake. We'll then check if the customer has paid or not, and then we'll send them another marketing email. So here are some examples of different abandoned checkout emails that you can get inspiration from. And of course, there are many emails online. You literally just Google abandoned checkout email flows and you could just see what other people are designing. You don't need to be too fancy, but like you should try and make it feel branded, where you have your logo at the top, you have your headline, you left something behind, and then this one's like, here's 10% off. So straight into it, here's a discount code, use the discount code here, and then a picture of the product, and then shop now. Make sure you always have a CTA button for shop now. And that's it for the abandoned checkout. And then next is the win back customers flow, which isn't actually so important when you're starting out. This is only when you have customers and they haven't bought from you after like a certain amount of days. For me, let's just say they haven't bought from you for 60 days, then you'll send them a marketing email and you're only sending them one. You don't want to just bombard them because there's a reason why they haven't bought from you again. And here are some examples. So, we miss you, can you blame us? Hey there, we know you've been busy snacking around, but we miss you. So it's all about like, we miss you, come back and shop at our shop. And of course, if you don't have any customers, there's no point having this email flow. So you can save yourself some time if you don't want to create this. Next is birthday flow, another email flow you don't need to create at the beginning, but it's good to have once you start receiving customers so that you can send out birthday emails with a discount code. And it's pretty simple. They have these flows as templates on Shopify flows. You just click the template, it creates the flow for you, and then you just edit the email. And I'm just going to show you that after I've gone through all these. So it's just a simple birthday email, $25 off. This one's get 15% off. This is, happy birthday, etc. The next important email flow you need is abandoned product browse. Again, this is the flow here. So customer left online store without making a purchase. So the abandoned type is browsing. So you'll wait 15 minutes. This customer hasn't viewed more products and hasn't added more products to the cart. and hasn't started checkout and hasn't completed an order, then you send the email. Now, again, this flow is a template. So you can literally just go onto Shopify email flows, click the template for abandoned product browse, and they'll create this for you. You just need to tweak the triggers on when the email sends out. So for example, in my case, I changed it to 15 minutes to send out the first email. I'll then wait 8 hours and then I'll send a second email. Again, here are some examples like nudge nudge, checking me out. So it depends on your tone of voice and how you want to speak to your customers. So for example, if you're selling to females or you got a female brand, your tone of voice can be more friendly, like this, like nudge nudge, did you forget me, etc. So here are a few more examples. And again, you can find all these examples on Google, and also you can search for a website called reallygoodemails.com, and they also have a lot of email templates that you can get inspiration from. So abandoned cart flow, another very important one that you should have set up. And this one is just customer left online store without making a purchase. And abandoned type is cart. You wait 1 hour, you send them an email. So these emails can be like, your cart is about to expire, can we get these started for you? Can shopping carts cry? We're here for you, etc. And you can send them multiple emails. I would cap it at 3 max. So in this flow, I only have 1 email and I should probably add 2 more to it. So the first one will trigger after an hour, the second one can trigger after a day, and the third one can trigger after 3 days, for example. And so that is all the Shopify email flows. So if we head over to Shopify now, I'm going to show you how to quickly create one. So the first thing you actually need to do is download the app Shopify Flows. It's free. The ratings on the store is pretty bad, but that's because when they first launched it, it was just pretty much useless. But now, after a year or two, I don't know how long it's been out for, they've made massive improvements. So you can rely on Shopify Flows. And it's also free, so why not use it? So under marketing tab, you go under automations, and you can see here that I already have my automation flows set up. They're all active. You can see here the abandoned checkout flow has reached 582 people and there's been 6 orders, which actually isn't that great. And you have to also bear in mind that I only started using Shopify flows for like a month now, maybe it's less than a month. Actually, I think it's only 3 weeks now. So it's not been that long. However, it has already brought in conversions. So you can see here the conversion rate for the abandoned checkout is 20%, which is the most important flow you need. So what you can do is just on the top right here, just view templates. Click view templates, and you could just find the one that you want. Usually you should just search for like recover abandoned checkout. So this is the one here that we want. Recovered abandoned cart. So it's this one that we want. This one here. So this one is just Shopify email required, and then you turn on automation. Of course, I'm not going to turn on automation because I have this flow already, but you can just click edit and it'll bring you to the Shopify flows page. So here it is. Let me just close it. So here is the flow. As you can see, it's pretty much built out for you already. You just need to change this trigger to 15 minutes. And there's statistics online where you should be sending out your abandoned checkout email within the first hour. After that, the conversion rate actually drops down drastically. So you really want to send the first email out after 15 minutes, and then the next email either after an hour, 3 hours, 8 hours. You kind of just want to play around with it. Sometimes sending them out too often actually annoys your customers. So maybe it's best to just test out different time points. For me, 15 minutes, an hour, 8 hours. But yeah, you can test out 15 minutes, 3 hours, maybe it's 12 hours, maybe it's a day, etc. So you click that, and then we're gonna edit this email here. So of course, you just wanna click edit the email, and then build out your email. It's pretty straightforward. Plug in your logo, put some text in, put in an image, and also make sure you create that discount code on Shopify. Otherwise, your customers can't use that discount code, right? And that's basically it on how to create this. Of course, if you want to add more emails, you need to just click then, click condition, and of course this condition is a bit complicated here, and that's why you need to go over to this condition here, and you want to copy this line here. You copy that, you go over, click then condition, let that load, you add a variable, you search for that, and there it is at the top one. Has no order since abandonment, yep, and then true, and then you go next. So what's the next one? One or more products in checkout are available and in stock. Again, you click in, copy that, click then, click condition, add a variable, put that in, inventory available, and then true. So I actually forgot that we need to add a timer here. So I'll need to actually delete this, put then, put an action, and I believe it's the time. So just search for time, wait a set amount of time before continuing, and this one is going to be 1 hour. So put that in. So we're going to wait an hour, move that over. So once we've put this in, we're going to just drag this to here. So it'll send our first email out, we'll wait an hour. If the customer still hasn't checked out, then we're going to send them another email. And that's when we click action and then send an email. And there you have it, guys. That's how you send the second email. Of course, you can select the templates here. So if we can go over, click select template, let that load. And so here are the different templates that you can select. So of course you want the abandoned checkout template here, so you could click that. Of course I'm going to have this blurred out because it has my branding on it, but you get the gist. And if you're creating like abandoned cart flow, then you click the abandoned cart template. If you're creating a birthday flow, then you'll click on the birthday template. Let me just click that one, abandoned checkout. I'll click select, and this will bring us back to the flow, which you can see here. So that is how you create a checkout flow. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just kind of have to understand the logic behind it. That's basically how you create the flow. And if we go back over to my Miro board, the next one I want to talk about is Yotpo. So I use Yotpo for SMS and the welcome email. Here are the statistics for it. You do not want to sleep on this app. This app is also free, but you have to pay for the SMSs that you're sending out, as well as the emails after the first 10,000 emails you send out. So you can see here, I've spent $84 in the last 30 days, and I've generated over 5.6k in revenue. That's a 65x ROI, guys. You know how insane that is? It's ridiculous. So before, I used to use Klaviyo to collect my emails, and then I used Yotpo to collect my SMS, which is very confusing for the user. I basically had Klaviyo as the pop-up, where they enter the email address, and then I'll send them the welcome discount code. And then if they wanted the SMS one, they had to click a floating button that triggered a pop-up where they entered their phone number, and then they could receive the discount code via the SMS. But with this setup now, I use Yotpo to collect my SMS and the emails from my customers within the pop-up. So if you go to the subscriber collection tools on the left hand side of Yotpo under audience, you can see there are different methods to collect your details. So the way I collect my customer details is the pop-up, and that's what works the most for me. You can see here that I do have the embed as well, and the beauty two-step discount, which is the pop-up. And you can see that the conversion rates for the pop-up is a lot higher than the embedded form. And this is why having an embedded form is kind of mundane. You kind of don't need it on your website, but you definitely should have the pop-up. And so the pop-up collects the email and the SMS for me. And here are some examples of the pop-up. So it's like, don't miss out, get 16 free meals. It's like, how can I miss out on that? And so you enter your email, you claim the offer. You also want this pop-up to appear after they scroll down like more than half your page, or after like 20 seconds or 30 seconds on your website. You really don't want your pop-up to instantly appear when customers land on your website, because it just breaks that user experience, and it's just not a great experience when the pop-up appears instantly. And so here are other examples. Enjoy 20% off, enter email address, and reveals the code. And here is the pop-up. So for me, I have like the US country field, then I have the phone number, and then I have the email address, and then of course your button. Very, very straightforward. And so with the email and SMS flow, I use the Beauty 2-step discount welcome flow. It's so straightforward, guys. And if you're stuck on setting this up, just leave a comment or you just reach out to the support and they are very helpful. So I just have that 2-step discount and also the embedded form. And then you can see here, no one really uses the embedded form. Most of them just use the pop-up, and the conversion rate is 1.7% over there with a revenue of 3.7K. And so the welcome SMS can look like this. Hey, first name, thank you for joining the club. Here's your discount code, and then you give them the discount code. And you can also mention like, oh, you're part of the VIP club now, etc. Also, there's a welcome flow here, so it's a whole 3-part series for the emails, and that's what I like to do as well. The most important part to the welcome email flow is giving a discount. If you could give a discount like 10%, 15%, 20%, your customers will most likely sign up to your email address, and then you give them that code. And in the future, you can email your customers with new promo codes, best sellers, new arrivals, maybe it's giveaways on your Instagram, and hopefully they buy from you again. So you don't have to pay for Facebook ads. You just send them an email. Here are some other examples. Get your $40 Yeti welcome gift. Get an extra $20 off. Other examples here. Welcome to our world. Here's 20% off your first purchase. Use code. There's the code. Welcome to the crew. So it's very straightforward, right? And it's like someone's smiling. So it really depends on your brand, your tone of voice. Again, make sure it's branded. So your logo at the top, you're using the right colors. And that, guys, is how you set up your automated emails and SMS flows. I hope you found this video valuable. If you need me to go through Yotpo, I do have a video going through that. It's just somewhere on my YouTube channel. And I will be going through this in more detail in my future courses on YouTube. Again, I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more content, and peace.